Okay, now let's move on with this. Now we want to give it this video title. How can we go about that? Now, this place, this where we were before, where I told you you're going to double click, uh, and we have the footage that you double click. It's going to come into this particular monitor here. So here we have essential graphics. Essential graphics. It's there already. If you can't find it here or anywhere around, go to Window and you'll find it somewhere here. Essential graphics. So click on it. It brings out this. On this line, you see a lot of graphics in it here. Personally, I've installed some presets. I'm going to take you on that later on. How you can, there are presets, graphics presets that you can actually use. So let's look at one of these titles here and put it on our timeline as a title for this particular video that we are working on. So let's use this simple title stuff, and we move. So how can we? We're supposed to create a space for it here, but this video is already in front. I'm pressing my plus key now. There is no space in front. There's supposed to be something in front before it started talking, but there is no space. How can we create space in front that way? There is this thing after your pick to, we have track selection forward to. When you click on this, it gives you this icon like arrow. Just click on your video footage. Everything here after what you're clicking, it will be selected. If you click this footage here, it will select everything after that particular footage. If you click here, it will pick everything after that footage and move it forward. So, but what we are moving here is from the beginning. You click and it moves everything forward there. That's what it does. It moves all your material forward. So, now we have space here to actually put our title. So let's move further. I press my V. I've changed to move to. So which one are we picking? Let's pick this title, the basic default title, and drop it in front. Then we have it. It doesn't have much animation. Let's pick another one that might have something that might look fancy for us. Good. We have this, your title here. Let's give it, when you click on this, it changes to another. This is where we were, and it changes to edit. So this title, your title here, this is our text icon. That means this is where you can edit this particular material. See, T is for editing or test. So then you can always come here and edit. So if you click on it, it gives you this. Then you can double click and make the necessary adjustment. I want to give it an heading: Nollywood versus Z-World. Nollywood versus Z-World. That's my title to it. Here I want to close up the gap in between them so that I will have my space. That's what we call margin space. Your graphics must not go beyond a particular uh, level or space here. To actually know that space, there is this icon here. We call it safe margin. it should be, your graphic must be safe, because there are some TV that might cut off whatever things. If you go beyond that area, it might be cut off. So if you click on this, it gives you the safe place for you, for your graphics to actually be. Now we've exceeded, we've gone outside that space. We need to bring back those tests to actually fit in into that space. So for us to do that, we need to work, take, this is moving, axis movement. Okay, this is it. You can see tracking. You need to track it in. It's from 50. Let's give it lower version, and then let's reduce the space in between a particular word or a particular line. Let's change the font. Let's change the font. I want to just show you how to change font. This is a font here, Lato. Let's pick something else, thicker, something thicker. Okay, good. So let's reduce the font a little bit, just reduce the font a little bit. Okay, let's do it. We can do it from here. Yep, good. And then that's it. Nollywood versus Nollywood versus. Your title comes in 1, 2, 3, out. 3 seconds is good to establish that it's not that long enough. Then you move. It's either you bring it on the same line. If you bring it on the same line, timeline here, on the same line, the video, then you might not necessarily need to use this tool again to bring the footage forward like this. You might as well use instead of going to pick this, you might just pick this arrow icon, selecting arrow icon. You just right click the space here, you say ripple delete. Delete it, it brings together the footage. Just take note, if you are doing that, know that there is no other footage that might got deleted in the middle. So if there's nothing there, just ripple delete and then you move fast. So let's play it, let's see how it looks like. Yeah.
No, I don't.
Oh.
I don't.
Ripple delete. Ripple 2 is different. Ripple edit 2 is different from ripple delete. Take note of that.
No, I don't. I don't fancy it. Well,
so something is missing here in the middle here. I said Nollywood versus Z-Word.
No, I don't.
The guy just came
I
and
don't
said,
fancy
no,
it.
I don't.
Well,
I don't fancy it.
I don't.
What actually leads to that? There is no question yet, but we've seen the title. So there is a need here in the middle here for us to put a question that he responds to. So let's try and put a graphics that asks that question. So by doing that, let's take our arrow stuff and move this backward so that we give space for the question to actually have a space. So let's go back to our edit, essential graphics, and browse. So what can we use here as our question title graphics? As our question title, let's just scroll down. I have here, let's use this particular one, basic title. So I have unable to connect to a really missing font. Okay, there is a font that is actually assigned to it. So don't worry about that. You can always change title, font in that. So we can change the font. So it says this is it here. So that you change it in here or you come down here and change it. What's the question? Do you? So that's a simple question. We just give it an increase. Let's try and change the font. font here is let's try and change font. Do you like Z-word? You might as well change the color. Let's change the color to something interesting. Something like orange. So do you like watching Z-word? Then he answered,
No, I don't. I don't fancy it. Well, I don't know. There are different strokes for different.
so this is another answer to another question. Another question here now. So we don't actually need to go and create another question or pick another scene. This is a question. We should have the same feel of graphics throughout. The same feel of graphics. Okay. So we can easily duplicate what we have here and put here. How do we duplicate? What you need to do is hold on your Alt key and move this graphics to the next space. Alt, my hand is still on Alt key and I release. You see that you release both hands. My left hand was on the Alt key and I release. Let me do that again. Alt key, I'm on Alt key now. Then I click and move and grab. I click and grab this and move it. Then I drop it. It duplicates automatically. See, because then I can now change this question here now. So just double click on it or come and click, select it from here, then change it. What's the nature of the question here? For practice sake, let's just put, can you rate 0 to Nollywood? Then yeah.
Well, I don't know. There are different strokes for different folks, so it depends on the preference. Me as a person, I don't really fancy it, so I can't really say much about people who see it.
What about, does anybody in your family watch?
Yeah, my sister does. She likes it.
So yeah, there is a question there before this place as well. It said, does anybody watch it in your family? So let's put it as a graphics now. I'm moving this like we did the other time, Alt key and move forward. Then we ask the question, does anybody in your family watch it? So I will leave you with the rest to actually look at this and see how put your question in it. Let's see how you can put question whatever into that. Just play around it, work on this one. There are levels to what we have now. When you finish putting graphics, there is still another level. Before we go now, we'll put name tag. When we put name tag, we still need to do color correction on this particular image that we have here. We need color correction on it. We need music on it. Those are the things we still need to do on this particular one to make it a complete job, to make it a tight and presentable job. So we will explore every step by step of it to actually achieve it. Trigger. So let's quickly look at it. Now we introduce this guy. We say it's Nollywood versus Z-word. Do you like watching Z-word? Oh, there is a mistake. There is a incomplete. It is incomplete. Do you like watching Z-word? So let's put it on a two line stuff there. Okay, now let's do what we called lower third. Lower third is actually the title, the smallest title for name. as well. We can also call it name tag. It's like the lower third is what the lower title that is normally somewhere around here or here, that actually describe what is happening on the screen at a particular time. It might be a name for the person that you are seeing on the screen or something else. So we call it lower third or name tag. So let's look
No,
for a
I
name
don't.
tag
I
for
don't
this
fancy it.
guy that we are going to be using for
Well,
this particular image. So we have some samples here already. Let's go back to essential graphics. Under browse, we'll see we'll see name tag, lower third. See lower third. We have this as basic. You see, basic lower third at the right. This one actually will come somewhere at the right here. So let's look for what. Let's pick the one at the left side. Let's drop it.
no, I don't.
Now, so let's.
No, I don't.
I
I
will
don't fancy
advise we
it.
put this name tag at the longer video. We have this
Well,
video is
I don't know.
longer. Let's put our lower third at this particular edge where we have a longer, so that the lower third will spend some time on the screen while it's there. So let's try and so a little bit of reduction in size. Can as well move it down, move it up. So let's call the name, the guy Abayomi Yomi. Then the next one, let's put it as Lagos student, or say student. Let's not put at the comma Lagos. So pick my move tool. I want to reduce it a little bit. So the way it is here, I think that I should have is actually
well, I
losing
don't know.
its.
There are different strokes for different folks,
It's
so
either
it
I
depends
give
on the
it a
preference.
shadow or I change the color of this thing. I actually need to change the color. What's the color? Let's drop color for it. Yeah, I love it. And also I can as well drop shadow, give it some shadow on that text. So if you want to do that, you go to effects. That means you want to add another extra thing on this thing. You go to effects. There you will have shadow. Effect is under here, somewhere here. Effect. If you don't see it around, just go to window. You'll see effect control. Effects. After effect control, you see effect. It will come out. You get. So you have effect control is different. This is effect control. But by the time we drop the effect on it, it will come under effect control. So let's go and search for drop down. Shadow here. Shadow. I can easily, because I have an experience with Premiere, I know exactly where I can easily locate the drop shadow. Drop shadow is under perspective here. This is it here. But normally, if you can't get it, is what you want to put there is shadow. Just type in at the search area here, shadow. It will give it to you. You can see it here, drop shadow. So just drag it. It's either you drag it and put it under effect control here, drop it here, or you drop it on the text itself. On the text. So automatically it will drop. You will see it will come under effect control, and you will see the effects here. So you see that you can open it up, soften it, and increase. You can as well increase the shadow, the thickness of the black, so that it can come out very well. You can distance. You can see the effects here. So just look at it.
Well, I don't know. There are different strokes for different folks, so it depends on the preference. Me as a
Yeah.
well, I don't know.
So another thing here that I still think that is missing here is transition. Transition. Transition is very important. You can easily, it makes your job to come in with ease. Things cut is cutting in. You are jumping on people's face. Back, back, back. It makes it succulent to when it comes in. Make it softer. It makes it comes in ease. There is an ease for your image. You are coming, you are telling a story, you are giving them at ease. If it's an hip hop stuff, maybe video, music video and stuff that is coming fast, back, you can cut back, and but when it comes to documentary, when it comes to you are telling a story, you need to make it ease so that you are hitting a point, you are getting to them at ease, they are driving at it, it's entering them as well, they are enjoying it, you are from one particular stuff, you are going there. So at this
I
point,
don't fancy
this
it.
thing comes in back, goes like that. When you know when the video wants to come in,
Well, I don't.
no, that we can easily put transition in it. You can put transition to actually link the two footage, the answer of the question and the video image. So let's come back to effects here. Let's close this shadow that we created now. Click. You see video transition. Video transition. Open it up. I will advise for now, just stick to this dissolve. Let's just use our dissolve, cross dissolve to just see how it works and see. I'm dropping it in the middle. I click on it. I'm dropping it in the middle of the video, the question and the video. Let's see what that changes, that gives this particular stuff.
Well,
You see,
I don't know.
you move.
Well,
If you want it to be faster, you want it to go in faster,
well,
you can easily come into it and drag it in and make it faster.
well, I don't know. There are different strokes.
This one also comes in,
There
the
are
links that
different
comes
strokes
in,
for.
just jump in.
There
You
are
can
different.
as well take your cross dissolve and drop it on it. When you are playing it,
I don't know.
you
There are
play,
different strokes for
it
different
comes in
folks, so it
gently.
depends on the preference.
And if you want to go out, it goes out. You drop it at the end of that graphics.
Me
It will
as a
go
person,
out
I don't really
gently,
fancy it, so I
fade
can't really
out.
say.
You fade in, fade out. Gently it comes in, gently you go out. So there are other ones as well. You can also try it and see how it actually works. We have deep to white. You can try it and see how it works.
No, there are different strokes for different folks, so
You see the effect that it puts
there are
on
different
that
strokes
is
for
white
different folks.
stuff. But I don't need that. I want it. I
No,
want the
there are
stuff.
different
There
strokes for
are.
different folks,
We will
so
still
it
get to where we're going to use extension of transition. There are preset transition that are much more nice. That are much more very modern transitions. We are still going to get into the stage of modern titles, but this one is actually basic one. You need to understand it. You need to know what this one is all about. When you know this, those modern ones is going to enhance your work. But the basic one that you need to know, please get it straight, get it right. Sure you get. So the modern ones will actually give you materials that you use, you install it, and you have some here that when you look at it, there are modern titles here. There are modern titles that you can always use, but don't worry, you also have them. You'll be able to use it. If I put this modern, let me just give you a taste, a feel of it into this, and just let me just drop this now on the screen and say scale to. If I play it in, if I play, let's see the
together
effect.
in the sitting room, I was minding my business.
You see the effect. So don't let us go into that for now. We're going to get to that. So what I want you to do now, play around with this transition graphics, put your graphics, look
Well,
at
I don't
how
know. There are
it
different
actually
strokes for
comes
different
in.
folks, so it depends on the preference. Me as a
Look at how it comes in. Play around it. Be creative about it. If it's only uh, this, if you can try, this is under uh, 1 minute. 1 minute. 1 minute. Exactly 1 minute. Just work on this 1 minute stuff. Then we are good to go. This 1 minute, we can use it to finish up this class. This 1 minute, we are going to enhance it to the extent that we are using it to finish up this class. Whatever materials that is going to come in next is just going to be a two camera angles and how to cut two camera angles. Every other thing that we are doing on that two camera angle as well is already done here. It's already here. So what we need to do, let's just take our time and master this. If we are able to do this, then After Effects, we have done like 30 to 40% of After Effects. Because what we are going to be doing in After Effects, that's what we are actually doing here already. There are some things that Premiere before now, Premiere couldn't do, but is doing it now. What we normally goes to After Effects to go and do is Premiere is actually doing them now. So must have done a larger part of After Effects here. So what we need to do in After Effects is understand it and use it to enhance what we're supposed to do, and now use Cinema 4D as well. Know the basic part, how we can also use it to also enhance what we are going to be doing here as well. This is actually the foundation of whatever we are doing here. Cinema 4D, we can also use it in terms of designing for print as well. So please take your time, your classwork, do it as fast as possible. Let me show you how to render. After you've done everything here, after you've done the transition and you have to send something into the group, the video, how do I make this a video? How do I make this a video? A one file that I can watch on every player, on my phone, on my computer, whatsoever. So let's do render. Now, how do I render this out? Some people might know how to render it out already, but let's give this opportunity to people who doesn't know how to render out in Adobe Premiere. Number one, firstly, you can go to File and do Export Media. Exports, and you go to Media. As well, you can press the shortcut Control M. You can press the shortcut Control M, and it brings out window. So as soon as it pops this out, before then I want you to know something. Let me go out of this place first. Now this is the beginning. I have talked to you about something about in and out. This is where at times you might have on your timeline something that is longer than this, and you just want to cut out from here, from this place to this place. That's what you want to render out. So you need to mark in, the in and the out. Then you now press your Control M, or you go to File to render. So in, the in is there, and you just press your out. So just come here and press your out, mark out. Your in is already there. That's the beginning. And if it's assuming that you want to start from here, then you have to put your mark in, or you press your key high. So that means it's going to render from this place to this place. Render from this place to this place. You get. So don't be afraid. So for this particular case now, I'm going to press Ctrl plus Z now. Ctrl Z, I want to undo. We have it. Oh, this automatically the system, the Premiere has seen this as this end. This is the end. It's not going anywhere, so you don't need to mark in and out again. So far is you don't have any other file on this timeline. So if I press Control M now, I want to render out now, it's going to see this place, this yellow bar where it ends as your output. You want to see as your output. That is where it's actually marked out here. That's marked it out. In and out. At the same time here, when you come here as well, you can also mark your in and out with this particular button, your in and out here as well. So it's giving us different options. So take notes, you are on output here. So let's come down to this area. Don't be scared, you might have so many things here to actually do. Export setting, match sequence setting, just hold on, leave that one alone. Don't worry, it's already on the settings that you have actually matched. No, format, this is where you need to now start to get understanding about format. There are different types of formats. We talked about 1920 by 1080, 720 by 576 and blah blah blah. Talk about part. This is where the understanding of those things will start coming to be. But don't worry yourself, relax yourself. We want to make a video. The best format for a video as of today is H.264. At times you might want to use AVI, but let's just restrict ourselves to H.264. At times you might want to use QuickTime. Yes, at times you might want to do MP4. There are places you need that, but let's restrict ourselves to H.264. It actually goes with every format that you want to do, so that we won't get ourselves boring or while we are explaining this. So we are good to that. Now comes to preset. These are presets of how high you want the quality of what you want to render out. If you want to render as a film, maybe you want to do a film, you want to do 2K, it's here. 4K is here for Facebook. If you want to send it to YouTube, you have the setting is already there. You have the setting for YouTube, Vimeo, high quality, but don't worry yourself, it has a preset. And this one say high bitrate, medium bitrate. That's the level of color that it actually used to make a video. So one way or the other, this high is high and this one is medium. If you choose medium, if you look at this estimate, it should automatically give you the estimate of the size of your file to give you what is the end result is going to be. This is 25. Let me now take note of this, please. Let me now pick high bitrate. High. If you change, see, this is 80. It's telling you that the high bitrate is actually higher in quality and higher in size than the medium. So always know that you have all those settings here. So let's take medium and bitrate. So if you also notice here, those things are actually changing. The bitrate, you see the meaning here as well. Take note of this, what you have here. And then we have comment. Don't worry about that. If you want to put comment, you want to test it, good, you have it. Output, then is asking you where do you want to put it. A name, give it a name. If you click on this blue note, you click on it. Now you need to go and direct command the system. Okay, go and put this file in so place. Go and put this file in so place. Me now, I can navigate. I want to put it under at the same time. You need to change the file name. You need to give it a name. Maybe Kolawole Ashepa is your name. You put it Kolawole Ashepa or Okorimo Ogunje or Stone, your name is Stone, or your name is uh, Mr. President, Bill Gates. You give it whatever things you want to give it there, and you save it. So this time I'm not saving my mind. I'm just doing counseling for now. So as that is concerned, you notice here you see some preset. Just look at it. Don't worry, don't change anything. You don't need to change anything. This is the side HD 18, that is 1080 is what we are format that we are rendering out. Don't worry about anything here. Just go down to the end of this place and say export. Q is another thing. If you want to render multiple files, multiple projects, you use Q. But our concern as at now is export. Go ahead and click export, and it will start running, and then gets, when it finishes, it tell you it's finished, and you are able to go to where you have the file saved or exported, and fetch it out, find a way of send the stuff to us, and then we are now amateur editor. Send in the video. Let's look at it. Let's criticize it. Let's pick up. Let's make correction. We only have 1 month for this class. We have another 1 month for practical. I hope you understand this, please. So I'm expecting this in the next 12 hours. I need every video of this. I want you to must have done the graphics, put your transition, whatever I'm going to make, to finish this 1 minute video and drop it. 12 hours, the next 12 hours, I want it. Please, any question in the group. So I don't want to have any excuse in the next 12 hours. We want to move to something else. Thank you very much.